Hi, everybody. Good morning to you. How are you? Hope you're having a great day. So, I was up late last night reacting to Chantal's live, and I wanted to react to her other video, the one that she posted where she took us on a tour of somewhere in Canada, but I was just so incredibly tired. My eyes were just, like when you're fading out, you can't keep your eyes open. That was me. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to save that part for the next day. So here we are. And good morning to you. And I hope that wherever you are in the world, you're getting your coffee, you're getting yourself going, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day. I made sure to get something to eat and feeding Blackie. She's the outside half feral cat that I'm taking care of. She got her breakfast, and that way I can just sit down and do the react. So let's talk about the video. Why am I reacting to it? It's not because there's anything exciting in it. There's nothing exciting about the video. I'll just let you guys know some spoilers ahead of time. There's nothing exciting going on in the video. But I watched the video, and I think that by reacting to it, it will promote discussion, and it proves a few points. And that's why I'm reacting to it. So we are going to do that today. Also, I want to show you guys some really cool stuff on Twitter. Lots of animal and pet related stuff that will warm your heart, as well as show you a very interesting clip courtesy of the channel Eyelash. Something that happened a while ago. Chantal imitating Life by Jen down to an idea that Life by Jen had before Chantal, and Chantal not only stealing the idea, but almost repeating verbatim everything that Jen said. So yeah, we're going to show that too. So where should we start first, y'all? Just so many places I can go. Let's just spin the wheel of fate and see where it takes us. I think since the eyelash video is so brief, it's only a couple of minutes, I think we should start there and then make our way over to Twitter and then finally onto her blog and then call it a day. What do you think? I think that'd be good. So again, this video is courtesy of the channel Eyelash. I will be leaving a link in the video description if anybody wants to check out the channel Eyelash and check out the video and give a thumbs up or, leave a comment, leave a like. Because I think this video, even though it was very brief, it was well done. It spotlights the fact that Chantal, she's not an original person. She's always coming for the reaction channels and saying, oh, they're so unoriginal. They're a bunch of vultures. They never come up with their own ideas. But Chantal is constantly guilty of stealing and borrowing other people's ideas for content, for music to use in her videos. As a matter of fact, in the video that she posted that I'm going to be reacting to, in my opinion, I think Chantal has been watching ERRIE Pepperoni. ERRIE Pepperoni, as a lot of you know, she reacts to Chantal, but ERRIE has a passion for the paranormal, and she has a paranormal based channel called Paranormal Empire, which I'm sure Chantal is well aware of because ERRIE has shown the link for her channel on her main channel. So people are aware of it. I think Chantal is trying to, in slight ways, act like a paranormal channel, although she's not. But clearly she's been watching ERRIE and her content, and she's trying to make things seem more dramatic than what they actually are. But you guys will see that when we get into that video. Let's get into the first video, the one from Eyelash. It's very brief. It's very short. We'll just do that. Hi, Booger. Hi, Booger. Hi, baby. And yes. All right, so we're going to show that. You guys are going to see the comparisons of her basically outright copying Jen down to the verbiage that Jen used when she was doing Tea Talk. All right, so let's go. Let's go.
So I really want to just keep that up, keep my life as drama free as possible.
It reminds
Oh, and there's Mr. Snowflake.
me of Life by Jen, the last episode of Life by Jen I did, where you can look at her and you can go, yeah, you can see she's dying.
Now, for anybody who doesn't know about the dog, if you're someone and you're new to girl world, whose dog is this? Does this belong to Mr. Snowflake? No. The black and white dog is actually a dog owned by Chantal's mother. And the dog's name is Buster. Buster hates Chantal. He hates Chantal. Every time she gets near Buster, Buster growls at her. Buster knows what's going on. He does not like her. So anybody looking at this dog and wondering what's the significance of this dog, it's Buster. We love and support Buster 1,000% over here because Buster knows what's up. He's known what's up for years, even before there was a girl world.
She doesn't look too far away from that, but instead, even now, will rage about just nothing, and that's the main focus. And I don't get it. You're spending your life, I'm talking to you now, Fraudy, Mariam. You're spending your life raging at channels, and you're going to be dead soon, and you are.
You know, and that's the wildest thing about this whole thing. Chantal swears that the reaction channels and the reaction channel audiences, that we're a bunch of haters. She swears that we are a bunch of haters and that we hate her and we wish harm upon her. At the same time, she gets on YouTube and she does self-harm content. Willingly, eagerly, and knowingly she does it. Every time she sits down and she does a mukbang, she is doing self-harm content. And what's worse is that there are people in her own audience, they know how sick she is. They absolutely know it. She doesn't make it a secret. And they talk about food with her and they encourage her to eat. And they're always asking in her chat, hey, can you go get some dessert? Can you go eat a cake? Let's go out to dinner. Let's go get some Dairy Queen. They are promoting what's wrong with her. I have yet to see an instance in her own chat where the people that claim to care about her, that they all just got together and said, you know what? We're not watching this crap anymore. We're not promoting this. You want to talk about food? We're not going to talk about food with you. And if you get on camera acting this way, we're not going to watch. You know, just all of them collectively together, coming together and saying enough is enough. That hasn't happened yet, and it's not going to happen. There are too many enablers and feedies in her chat. And those are the ones who are the true haters. They're just there for their entertainment or their fetish. They don't care if it hurts Chantal. They don't care if she hurts herself. She's making that decision every time she sits down, and she caters to that group of people. And nobody can stop her. So you want to call us haters, Chantal? But we're the ones that when we do our reacts to you, we tell you, you need help. You need to go to inpatient. You need therapy. Don't we say that to you? We do say that. You just don't listen. So if we were truly haters to you, Chantal, if we lacked humanity, if we wished you harm, we would be exactly like some of the people in your own chat, the ones that are in your chat talking about the food with you. We would say to you in our reacts, go ahead, eat all that food. Do it. Do it. Eat an entire bakery, Chantal. Continue making yourself sick. Go ahead, make yourself bedbound, girl. Do it. We'd be encouraging what's wrong with you. We wouldn't be speaking out against it. We wouldn't be speaking out how wrong it is. I don't like you, Chantal. I have many reasons why I don't like you. I don't like the fact that you get on YouTube and you do the kind of content that you do, because not only are you hurting yourself, in an indirect way, you're hurting other people. You might be triggering other people. I don't like the fact that you get on YouTube and you put tags on your videos that you're basically targeting people in the BED community to come watch you, knowing that you're not in recovery, nowhere close. You want them to come watch you, knowing that if they watch you, they might get triggered to eat. But you don't give a crap. And I especially don't like the fact that you are evil when it comes to animals. You are so guilty of so many things you've done wrong to animals, including your own pets, animals that you swore you loved. Well, if that's your kind of love, Chantal, you shouldn't love anybody. Sounds like a really harmful, toxic kind of love. But go ahead, girl.
Anyway, I'm just terribly bored with all the speculation I'm seeing.
Today is the first, and I hopefully going to be a weekly series on my channel on Tuesdays. I'm going to call this Tea Talk Tuesdays. I have my...
Okay, so just for context, about when Jen did her Tea Talk Tuesday, I know that part of the date is covered up here. So when Jen did Tea Talk Tuesday, the date is February the 2nd, 2021. It's here on the bottom left. Now, here's Chantal absolutely, positively imitating Jen with a stream called I Have Some Important Things to Say. So what was the date on that? That was November 25th, 2023. Hey, Booker. She's on one right now. So Jen did her Tea Talk 2021. About 2 years later, Chantal decided she wanted to take Jen's idea and use it. I don't know the exact date of when Jen passed away, like when exactly it happened. Let me go look. I'm just curious about something. Please just, I'm just curious about something. Could you guys indulge me for a minute? Okay, so I'm looking it up right now. So it looks like dear Light by Jen, she passed away. I'm seeing something, a video posted September 13th, 2022. Like, I was just curious about the date, and I'm curious for a reason. Yeah, Light by Jen, she was born 1975, which would make her 4 years younger than me. And she died in 2022. So going back to the video, knowing that now, so Chantal absolutely, positively took Jen's idea and tried to make it her own after Jen passed away. Jen passed away 2021. I'm sorry, excuse me. She passed away 2022. She did the Tea Talk February 2nd, 2021. Chantal's stream imitating Jen was in 2023. So you're taking the idea of somebody who's no longer with us, Chantal, and try to act like it's your own. You disrespectful, tacky beast. Not only did you take her idea, but the things that Light by Jen is going to say in this brief clip, listen to Chantal. It's like she is literally word for word, verbatim, imitating Jen, copying her. Y'all listen.
My tea, and I'm going to just talk about whatever is on my mind, whatever is happening around YouTube. If there are TV shows, Hollywood news items, grocery items that I want to show, just whatever's on my mind or whatever I feel like talking about on Tea Tuesday.
But I basically wanted to talk about, it's called Tea Talk. At least.
And she even had the nerve to use the same name as Jen, calling it Tea Talk. You know, Chantal, you're so lucky that YouTube, they got their monetization rules and you can't use the bad words, because I'm thinking of a few bad words right now. The things I'd be calling you right now, like I wish you could just listen in my head. The things I'm saying to you. You're always yelling and screaming at the reaction channels. Oh, we're a bunch of vultures. This right here has to be the worst case of being a vulture I have ever seen. Not only taking an idea from somebody and using the exact name of the idea that they came up with, but you're taking the idea from somebody who's passed away. Really? Yeah, you did that. You absolutely did that.
This one episode is, and I'm just gonna have some tea and talk about things that are on my mind. Using.
Maybe she thought because Jen had passed away, that made it okay to use the idea. That because Jen was no longer with us, that she could just take the idea because Jen wasn't going to be around and say, hey, that was my idea.
Guys, as kind of a diary, and just
imagine that somebody stealing from the dead. Well, that is Chantal.
Talk about stuff that's on my mind in my life and things that I want to talk about,
Yeah, look at that. It's girl, you watched her video and you're like, I need ideas. I'm going to borrow from anybody. I don't care if they're alive or dead.
So I don't get it. Why not focus on, or why am I giving you advice? As if you're going to listen. More fool me, what am I doing?
So check back, stay tuned, and I will see you guys soon. Remember, everyone, be the love, be the light, and do the.
You were gone too soon, Jen. It's so sad.
Things. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, rest in peace, Jen. So sad that Chantal took your idea after you were gone and tried to act like it was her own when it wasn't. Clearly, it was yours first, ma'am. Okay. So enough with that. Just want to show you guys that. Want to show you guys an example of Chantal just being unoriginal and borrowing off of somebody else's idea, a concept that they came up with. She waits until after they're no longer with us to steal it, try to incorporate that into her content, although it's crazy because she takes other people's ideas, but she doesn't execute them very well, does she? She really doesn't. She's known for two things on the internet: eating and drama. You take the drama away, you take the eating away, there's really nothing to pay attention to. And you're going to see a clear case of that today with my react. You're going to see it. You're going to see if you took the food away and you take the drama away, what's left? Not much. Not much at all. Like she's not a complex person, our girl. Very one-layered. Very much the one-trick pony. But we'll get to it when we get to it. Where are we going next? How about over to Twitter? We're going to Twitter. Okay. All right. Now we're on my Twitter. Before we get into it, though, man, I hate having the fact that I have to keep flipping through the tabs. Let's get into the Twitter stuff. Yep, we're doing the bird app. Tweet, tweet. All right, I've got a lot of cool stuff I want to show you guys before we get into Chantal and you get irritated at her and you get mad at her, because that's real easy to do. Let me just like make things a little better by showing you some cute stuff, as well as some stuff on Chantal. So here's from Science Girl, an owl and its own little umbrella. Hey, the owl knows what's up. He's like, this is an owl Uber. I'm digging it. I get to keep out of the rain. I don't have to fly. I'm good. Awesome. Okay, back to Chantal for a second. This is interesting. And Kelly says, dang, Foodie, that neck fat is trying to break free. You know, forget the neck fat for a second. I'm bothered by something else. I'm sorry. I'm being distracted by another detail. That hijab, it needs to be thrown away. It is so incredibly worn out and pilled. Are there no stores in Canada where she can get a bigger hijab? Something that actually fits, something more brand new. All the money she makes, she can't buy or make another hijab. Look at it. Look. Y'all see what I see? It is pilled. It looks so worn out. Why can't she buy a brand new one? I'm sure they're not that expensive. Okay, Girl World Garden says, recap of Amberlynn Reed's latest vlog. She's beyond ridiculous. No sympathy for her or her family. They all need to go to therapy to work on their crap. So for those that you're kind of not really in the loop with Amber, what's going on with Amber? Why are people talking about Amber? Well, it's not because Amber became interesting all of a sudden. There is some drama going on there, and the drama involves Amber's mother. So it would seem Amber's mother had unalived a service dog, and charges were brought upon her for that. I guess the Kiwi farmers unearthed that recently. But let's look at the screenshots that Girl World Garden has provided. So I guess Amber did a vlog called The Truth About My Mom. Some of the comments were, my mom would never hurt an animal. Boo-boo, you tossed a baby kitten behind you like it was a rag doll. Yeah, that happened. I remember that happening. I remember Amber doing that, treating a kitten that way. What is it with the girls in Girl World? A lot of them, they just don't know how to treat an animal. What is it with the girls being cruel to animals? It just seems like they got a common thread between them. They have a lot of issues. There seems to be like some common threads between them. They're all super morbidly obese. They are in their 30s and 40s, but acting like they're 16. They talk like they're much younger. They don't treat animals very well. They neglect their animals. They lie. They manipulate. Is there a factory somewhere making the same girl just in different bodies? Because it's almost like dealing with the same person that's been cloned. For real. Bookish Via says, you have some nerve talking about taking accountability. Jen says she literally thinks she's 150 pounds. Okay, what else we got here? 30-something says, this is BS. You have dragged your parents through the mud for years. It's all recorded from your mouth. If you have any issues with people talking about your mom, how about you remove all your videos making money off your mom? Also, public record is public record. True. Like once you put something on the internet, it's there. It's absolutely there. So yeah, it's been unearthed. This Amber's mother unalived a service animal. And there's been more than one charge. Mo says, I think I read she has charges under 2 different last names, Reed and Smith. This is, again, in reference to Amber's mother. Lean Cuisine Enthusiast says, I just spent the last hour searching Oklahoma public records using the info on Amberlynn Reed's mom from the farms. I can't find the charge for harming a service dog. Kiwi Farm says she had 3 charges in 2010, but I can only find one for assault. So, like, Amber's mom did some stuff. Looks like she did some stuff. Naughty, naughty. Butenbegen. Aw, look at the baby sneaking up for kisses. Look at the baby. Aw. Be still my heart. That's so precious. He's coming in just wagging the tail. Give me some kisses. Now this is too cool. Why you should have a cat. Imagine pulling back the covers and seeing all those little ones. I would love it. I'd be like surrounded in kittens. I wouldn't know what to do. Okay, there's a reason why I'm showing this picture. So I'm aware of the fact that there are people that they've not been around for years. There are people watching the girls for years, but there are also people, they just hopped into girl world. And they may hear about things and not know what is being talked about, such as the Red Room picture. Maybe some of you that are new to girl world, you've heard of the Red Room picture, but you have no idea what that is and where it comes from. So let me just kind of fill in the blanks for you. So apparently there was a picture that Salah took of himself in bed with a young woman. And it was posted by Shenanigans. She got somebody sent it to her and she put it on Twitter. Something of note though about this picture. There's more to this picture. There's much more than what is being shown. To protect this woman's identity, Shenanigans cut out the woman's face and also her bare chest. Just to make it more discreet and more careful because, Salah and this young lady who has no name, and they're in Kuwait. To protect her identity, to make sure that nothing happens to her. Sorry about that. A lot of things were cut out. But this is the Red Room picture. This is it. And you can clearly tell she's not wearing a top. She's laying in bed sleeping or laying there, and Salah is right next to her. But this, I guess it was a picture shared from Salah to his friends, and then it got passed around. So, you want to know what the Red Room picture is? There you go. And believe me, there was more. There was more. It just, for the sake of privacy, for the sake of being discreet and careful and respectful, a lot of it was edited out. Okay, no context, cats. He's mine now. Yeah, you've been claimed. You're a cat daddy. Just don't even try to fight it. It's a done deal. I love black cats. They're so cool. Look. How can you not love that face? And tweets of cats. Now that is a cat daddy. Look. You're not a person, human. You're a cat tree. That's a cat daddy. That is so adorable. Look, and there's another one on the floor saying, I want to come up too. Now, you know this person's a cat daddy because you got to love cats for them to let them treat you like a cat tree. Because you got to know, kittens' claws, they hurt. They are so uber sharp. It's ridiculous. Speaking of kittens, Punch Cat. That's a fun game of tag. And have you ever seen a crow that likes to get his hair styled or his feathers styled? Yog. Did I say stop? So the crow is like, look, I'm at the barber shop. I'm getting my my beauty treatment. Yep. Oh, nature is amazing. The excitement of this fennec fox reunited with the cat he grew up with. So fennec foxes are really, really cool because they're like a cross between a dog and a cat. They got great big, huge ears. They originally live in the desert, but they're so hyper and they're so cute. You're so cute. So look at the way that this fox is behaving around the cat. Look, he's so adorable. Why you should have a cat? Look at the little toe beans. Like a little tuxedo cat. So pretty. Now this makes me smile a bit. Mrs. Flupa Booty saying, "Aw, is this what Scatula is going to do for Chins when she's bedbound after her feet drop off? Feed her himself so he can't get that sweet, sweet poop of hers that he loves her so much." But you know what? I love Amazing World posted this saying, "This crow couple has been together for more than 12 years. She broke her beak 8 years ago in a collision with a car. Oh, he has patiently fed her and loved her since. They have babies every year, and she's an affectionate mother, and the entire flock protect her. Living proof that compassion is not limited to humans." How adorable is that? Crows are so incredibly smart. I think that's awesome that even in the animal world, you've got friends and companions for life, no matter what happens. Jolie, this is the screenshot from Chantal's video. Jolie says, "Wow, can't even reach 1,000 views. Totally yikes. 100,000 people on your channel and you can't even get to 1,000 views, Chantal? Those are horrible numbers." Lean Cuisine Enthusiast, this is going back to Amberlynn Reed and her mom, saying, "Ordinary girl trying to be fabulous, in with the win. Public records do show Amberlynn Reed's mom was convicted of harming or unaliving a service animal." Let's look at the screenshots. Aggravated assault and battery. Let's see. Yep. Section 649.3, harming, mistreating, or unaliving a service animal. Any person who knowingly and willfully and without lawful cause or justification violates the provisions of this section through the commission of, ooh. So you did that, did you, Amber's mom? Well, you're a piece of trash, just like your daughter. Goodbye. One from Moon Goddess Tarot and Misanthropope Lulu saying they're within 50 pounds of each other. Can't tell me otherwise. So here's a picture of Amber and Foodie side by side. So here's Foodie. And I don't know how tall Amberlynn Reed is. I know that Chantal's like 5 feet tall. She's shorter than me. And there's Amber. I think Amber might be a bit taller than Chantal. I think she's got a little bit of height on Chantal, but not much. But I believe that they're really close in weight now. Chantal might actually be heavier than Amber. Hidden Truth says, "Foodie Beauty being disingenuous as she films herself instead of the area. She could care less as she pretends to be your tour guide about her own country's history as she poses with statues." Yeah, we'll get into that blog in a minute. I don't want to listen to her too soon. Okay, so that's it. We're all caught up with the Twitter stuff. Okay, and let's go on to the actual blog itself. And we'll zip ahead if we have to. I don't care. I don't care. I'm showing this for a reason. And it's not because Chantal is being especially entertaining here. It's not for that reason. It's because by showing this vlog, I want to prove a point. I really want to just drive the nail home. And what a perfect way to do it than by showing her own vlog back to her and giving my opinions. So that's what we're doing it for. Yep. Let's go.
Hello, Foodie Beauties.
Hey there, Beezers.
Want a personalized video from me to you that you can keep forever?
Oh, shut
Or
up.
maybe a special...
Goodbye.
Hi guys, I'm here picking up one of my favorite things I'm going to eat before I have to go back to Kuwait. I want to eat philos as many times as I can.
I want to eat philos as many times as I can. When you say that, Chantal, do you hear yourself? Do you know how you sound? You know the picture that enters my head when you say that? Like, have you ever watched the series Intervention? Where there are different people that have different problems with different substances, and then they get the intervention. A lot of times when somebody is deep into something, when they have a problem with something, and then the family or their friends approach them and say, like, we want to send you to a place to get treated right now. Usually that addict will panic. If they know they're going to be sent somewhere where they don't have access to whatever it is they normally do, they will panic. And they're like, let me just get one last dose or one last fix or one last drink. You know, they're trying to prepare themselves for going without. And it sounds like you're kind of doing the same thing. You are a food addict, right? You're a food addict. And you're so addicted to food, ma'am, that you're preparing to go without certain foods. Even though going to Kuwait, if you go back there, you're not going to be starving to death. There's certain establishments you won't be able to go to there, but you're not going to starve. But the way you're talking, you make it sound like you are going to starve. You're talking. I'm not putting anybody down who's been through addiction, so please don't take it that way, y'all. But she's talking like an addict who is not ready to be in recovery. She's not ready. She is so hyper focused and hyper fixated on her addiction that she'll find any and all means to keep it going. She's got to have her fix at all times. She can't be without it. Ever. Even for a second. How many fast food funerals have you had, Chantal? Quite a few. The crazy thing is, your fixation on fast food, it's going to cause you to have a funeral for yourself for real. Do you care about that? If you don't, then you don't. But like, I just don't see how fast food could be worth losing your life over. That's just me, though.
I'm so excited to eat it. I love it. It's like a Greek restaurant here in Cornwall, and it's like the best. So yeah, I'll show you what I get.
Oh, the music. Filler footage that we did not need and we did not ask for. And again, like, let me point out to you how stupid you are, Chantal. How stupid you are. You've got more than one channel. You've got your main channel. You also have an ambiance channel. You've got the couples channel. You've been to many different places. You've been to Cuba. You've been to Kuwait. You went to Thailand, Canada. You've been to like 4 different places. you could have gotten different kinds of footage for each one of those places and put them on the different channels, including ambient stuff. If I went to Thailand or Canada or even Kuwait, and I'm anywhere where I can get nature footage or driving at night, because people love those videos too, I'd be filming all day long, just making sure to vacuum up all the ambiance that I can for content on that channel. If I have spent the money and the time to get to a country that is not my own, I'm going to not only enjoy myself and talk to people and respect the people and the culture and the faith, and I'm going to enjoy it all. I'm going to absorb it all. And if I have a YouTube channel, I'm going to respectfully film in places where I'm allowed to. But like, driving footage, ambiance, that is so easy. How is it that you've gone to like 4 different places where you could have gotten the most amazing footage and you effed it up by not getting any? How is that possible? Oh, that's right, because you're dumb. You know, you're so hyper focused on getting useless footage for this channel. You could have gotten footage for the other channels that you created. Other footage. When is it over? See, this is so... Okay, theory. Here's my theory, my opinion. I could be wrong. I think Shantal doesn't talk and she puts the music over the top of the footage because she knows how bad her breathing is. She's a bit of a mouth breather. She doesn't want people to know just how bad her breathing has become. So to keep people from figuring that out or making it more obvious, she doesn't talk as much. Whenever possible, she'll use the music layers of a video. Like right now, she's walking down this sidewalk. She could be talking to us and explaining where we're at, what's going on. But right about now, if we could hear her, she'd be panting and sweating and breathing heavy, and it wouldn't be nice.
November 11th.
And you know what, Chantal, can I ask you something? Is there a reason why you don't have a selfie stick? If you had a selfie stick, you could hold on to the selfie stick and it would keep the camera from doing this number, you know? It would make it much more steady. How can you have a 100K channel and not have a selfie stick, girl?
1813. The Battle of Chrysler Farm. So one of my favorite places to come is Upper Canada Village area, which is in Mooresburg, Ontario. And yeah, a battle here happened, a pretty significant battle.
Remember what I said? That I'm reacting to this video for a reason? And the reason had nothing to do with Chantal entertaining us, because she's not. Now I can tell you what the reason is. Because we're here. The reason why I'm reacting to her video is to showcase a point to all of you and also to Chantal, because Chantal, she watches everybody. She watches any and all reactions and videos about her. And I know she's going to see my video, and that's okay if she watches. Chantal, it's videos like this one that I'm reacting to today that highlight just how dull you are, how lacking in talent you are. For 8+ years, you created your channel and you have no talents. You don't have a sparkling personality. There's no creativity that you could show us that would make people pay attention to you. You were known for the two things: eating copious amounts of food and raging and being dramatic and being gross and vulgar. You were known for the bad things that really did not take much talent or thought. So you want to do different content. Is that correct? You want to just get away from the raging and the drama and the food. Well, this video today, you're not eating and you're not raging. You chose this location. You made sure it was deserted and nobody else was around. And you could have easily have made this entertaining regardless. An entertaining person could take a little bit of something and turn it into a lot of something. You don't have that ability. You don't know how to improv. You don't know how to think on your feet. Your delivery, when it comes in videos like this, it's very wooden. Like there's really no soul to it. You seem very bored. Like you're struggling for something to do and you're doing something you really don't like doing. That's how it's coming off. That is exactly how it's coming off. So when you take away the food, you're not catering to the feedy people, and you're not raging at the reactors, this is what you are. This is what we're left with, y'all. Her giving us some wooden delivery with no personality, going to places, not making the most of them, not making them entertaining, not thinking outside the box and thinking, how can I make this interesting? What do I have to do? No, she's not going to give it much thought. And this, Shantal, is the reason why your channel isn't even on life support anymore. The life support that you had came from the reaction channels, but a lot of us, we're tired. We're tired of covering you. We are tired of trying to make you interesting. You have absolutely worn us out. We are exhausted trying to find new ways to keep you interesting. You're not helping your own cause. And we are withdrawing our life support. We're saying you're on your own. Learn to breathe. We're not plugging into you anymore. Figure it out. They hate the reactors, but yet they were the entire reason why your channel grew to the size that it did and why a lot of people found you. But you got lazy. You got lazy. You got real lazy. You stopped working on your content. You actually relied on the reactors to do the work for you, to make you interesting, to draw people to your channel. But doggone it, Shantal. You want the rewards, you got to put the work in, mama. What can we do for you now? If you've arrived at a place where you're so effing unhealthy, you can't even move. You're so lacking in original thought, you're forever stealing content ideas and music from other people. Not much we can do about that. You got to help yourself. Stop relying on other people to do the work for you.
Battle in the War of 1812, and this is the way they.
You know what? She is at a location, and there's nothing wrong with this location. But clearly, this location and the history behind the location do not interest her. She's so into food that I bet you any amount of money that if she did some homework, did some research, and she found a factory or place that made food, especially desserts. If she found an establishment somewhere that gave tours, and if she decided to do a video where she went through that factory, did the tour, and the person explained how the food was made and the ingredients, Chantal would be much more passionate about it. She'd have a sparkle in her eye. She would be on it because it involves food. She's very passionate about food. But this location, the history, she don't give a flip. She don't care. Why do something? Why go somewhere that you don't have a passion for it? It's so evident that you're so bored, Chantal.
Commemorate it with this this historic site. And Upper Canada.
You don't care about historic sites. You don't care about wars. You don't care about battles. You're just looking around for places that are closed where you can go and film in peace and nobody else be around. Although, Chantal, that is dangerous and that is stupid. Given how bad your health is, do you really want to be somewhere deserted where there's nobody else around just in case something bad happens to you? I mean, if you're in a deserted location, there's nobody else there. If you had a heart attack or a stroke, who's going to save you? Who's going to call 911 if you can't? You might be there for days and nobody will know. You know, all this emphasis on trying to find deserted locations to go to film, you might want to stop that. Not safe for you.
The village is not open right now yet for the season, but it's a place that it's like an old historic, village, and they have activities of how you would live in like the 1800s and things like that. And it's very popular for schools in the area to take you there on a school trip to learn about history. But it's nostalgic for me and I love it. And, it's a beautiful day, a bit windy and cold, but yeah, it's just a cool place. If you're really into nature spots, this is definitely a nature spot in Ontario.
So she went to the bird sanctuary. That was deserted. She's gone to this place. It's deserted too. I'm sensing a theme. Are you guys sensing a theme? When she was in Kuwait, she and Salah made a point to seek out deserted places. Doing the same thing in Canada. So it doesn't matter if it's Kuwait or Canada. The same boring content. How can you claim to be a public figure, Shantal, when you actively ignore and avoid the public? How?
I would come in Mooresburg, Ontario. It's just a beautiful place. It really is, to spend the day. There's some geese and a bunch of trees and walking trails and stuff like that. So yeah, and I'm just enjoying this area right now. So just look at this beautiful.
If she's doing a vlog to cover this area, this historic site, she's making the video about her rather than the historic site. She's still centering the vlog around her and walking around and acting like an Instagram model and standing and posing in front of the camera. The title of the video is Visiting My Favorite Places in Ontario, Canada. Key word in the title, Chantal, your favorite places. So by the title alone, you were going to show us your favorite places, but yet it's about you, isn't it?
Beautiful creek. It's so cool. I don't know. I've just been finding a newfound appreciation for the beauty of the world and nature.
You know why she's coming up with this little attitude of hers about loving nature? Do you know where that's coming from? Salah. Salah wants to get out. He wants to explore. He wants to go hiking. He wants to get out and do things. He's a much more active person than Chantal. Before Salah, she did not care to go outside. She was very happy to be housebound, to sit in her room and eat her food and rage on YouTube. But now that she's met Salah, and Salah clearly wants to go out and do things, suddenly she cares about nature. And oh, I have a newfound appreciation for nature. How much y'all want to bet that if something happened between her and Salah and they broke apart, that she would automatically, instantly say, F that guy and F nature. I don't want to go out. I want to sit in my room. She's like a chameleon when it comes to men. Anything they like, she likes. Anything they hate, she hates. She puts on their personality and adds it to her personality so she can have one.
For real, I'm not being corny.
You're being phony.
Oh, hey. Here's this.
You're not being corny, you're being phony. Which is worse than being corny. I would prefer somebody being corny over phony. Because if somebody is phony, it means they're fake. You're just straight up fake, Chantal.
Sign. Oh, let's see what it says. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you go. You can pause and read that if you want.
Why don't you read it? This is supposed to be one of your favorite places, right? Why don't you read it? As a matter of fact, you know what, Chantal? I'll do your job for you. Because I know how to read. So it said, the sign says Battle of Chrysler's Farm, 1813. In November 1813, an American army of some 8,000 men, commanded by Major General James Wilkinson, moved down and harassed by a British Corps of Observation. Man, my eyes are going nuts right now. An observation consisting of about 800 regulars, militia, and Indians, commanded by Lieutenant Colonel Joseph Morrison. On November 11th, Morrison's force, established in a defensive position on John Chrysler's farm, was attacked by a contingent of the American Army numbering about 4,000 men, commanded by Brigadier General J.P. Boyd. The hard-fought engagement ended with the Americans' withdrawal from the battlefield. This reverse, combined with the defeat of another invading army at I can't pronounce that word, Chantaguay on October 20th, saved Canada from conquest in 1813. Why can't she read all that?
Go see this cannon. Okay, there you go. A light 6-pounder gun. Huh.
See, if she wanted to make this into content about the place, there's plenty of little things set up around the property with little plaques that have something on them. She could have burned through at least a couple of minutes of time reading each plaque and like giving her thoughts on it. Oh, stop, Chantal. Like, this is not an Instagram moment. You idiot.
Selfie with the powder gun. Kind of cool.
You probably just walked up to that cannon and put your armor up because you needed something to hold you up. You were tired of all that walking. But you made it seem like, oh, I'm having an Instagram moment. No, your butt's tired. You can hardly stand up. Where is all that wind coming from?
Oh my gosh, you guys. Something just scared the living daylights out of me. I swear.
What, your reflection in the mirror?
I saw someone.
Oh, jeez. So there she is trying to act like a paranormal channel, like, oh, I was at this battlefield and I saw a ghost. You know what, Chantal? You know what? Hold on. Because I'm going to do something. Hold on a minute. I should have pulled this up earlier and I didn't. That's my bad. And I'm going to leave a link for this in the video description. A link for Eerie Pepperoni's paranormal channel, because she does, like she'll do paranormal investigations. Let me show y'all something. So let me show you. There's Eerie's channel right there. Eerie normally reacts to Shantal, but she's very passionate about the paranormal. We've done quite a few videos. I'm sure Shantal is aware that somebody reacting to her is involved in ghost hunting and paranormal investigations. So she's borrowing off of Eerie. Maybe to add another extra tag to her videos. There you go. That's Eerie's channel. And she does great videos. Very entertaining. You're borrowing off of Eerie, Shantal. You're trying to add layers to your video that don't belong there. You're pretending to see a ghost. Ghosts don't like you. Did nobody ever tell you that? You've been very disrespectful to the spiritual world. No, they're not going to talk to you. They're not going to talk to you. I'll leave a link for Eerie's channel in the video description for those who want to check it out. We're going back to the video itself. Just proving once again, Shantal, you are unoriginal. How you're always borrowing off of other people's stuff. Always. Always.
I saw a man and he was like wearing old-fashioned.
Oh, shut up, you big liar. I didn't see anything. Nothing.
Like brownish, dark brown.
Shut up. You did not.
Brown, black clothing.
Shantal, it's not as if you're walking and you could quickly turn your head and see something out of your peripheral vision. You can't turn your head anymore. You haven't been able to turn your head in a while. You are so out of control, super morbidly obese. That obesity has affected everything about you. From your breathing to your walking to your sitting to turning your head or doing one of these, looking behind you. You can't even do that anymore. So how in the world are you going to turn your head quick enough to see a ghost in the distance? By the way, ma'am, we both have bad vision. I got bad eyes too. I wear glasses though. You're not over there wearing glasses, yet you're going to sit there and tell me that you're in the middle of this great big field in the daytime, and even with your bad vision, you saw orbs or a ghost? I don't believe it. Shut up.
Ratty, I swear.
No, you didn't.
In the blink of an eye, he was gone. I'm not kidding. I'm getting the heck out of here.
Oh, be quiet. You're so putting on a performance, Shantal. You are. She just wanted to leave there. She just wanted to leave. She did not want to show more of the property or give any of the history. She was bored. So she came up with this ridiculous idea. Let's just pretend to see a ghost. And that'll give us a reason to get out of here. Like, I'm just going to pretend like I got scared by a ghost.
Honestly, I bet you these days, this is the most affordable housing right now. Not even joking.
Is this you low-key trying to beg more money out of people or seem relatable? Are you really actually trying to relate to other hardworking people with normal jobs that they're living paycheck to paycheck, or they're budgeting their money just to pay their rent? You're trying to relate to others because we can't relate to you, Shantal. We can't relate. We can understand. You, that during Crackhead Olympics, you were making $20,000, $30,000 a month, and that happened over the course of a few months. So if you just made 20 or 30 grand, let's just say for 3 months, that would be $60,000 within like a 3-month period. That's not counting what else you made during the other 9 months. That's for 1 year. You should have no bills, no debts, no nothing. Good credit up the wazoo. In the 700s, girl. Credit cards falling out of your wallet. But no, you ate your money. You smoked your money. You popped your money. You gave it away. Like the Red Hot Chili Peppers say, give it away, give it away, give it away now. You gave it away. It just flew out of your hand, grew wings and said bye-bye. Now here you are with not so much money, trying to act like you're one of the crowd. Oh, this is the only affordable housing. Had you put your money away, you could be owning a house right now.
So this is like a soldier encampment display. You could have at least given them faces. I don't know. Commemorate some soldiers.
Go ahead and keep your hand around that mannequin, Shantal. That's the only man that'll stand next to you and not complain.
Selfie with the faceless soldier. All right, guys. So I spent a little bit of time here at the Upper Canada Village and Chrysler Farm Battle Memorial area. And now I'm going to go to another place I love to go that I find is really cool and just a really important part of
Sorry, I didn't realize how loud she was. I'm turning her down.
History in this area. So I will show you guys the next spot, which is actually reputedly haunted.
Oh, geez. You are trying to copy Eerie. You are trying to copy Eerie Pepperoni so much. You know she is. Like, you know what? When Shantal does something new, y'all, it's not because in the back of her mind, there's something that she wanted to try or something she wanted to do or there's some interest or passion about something. It's because this one runs around all over TikTok and all over YouTube, going into different communities and checking out to see what the views and the engagement is. So the paranormal community, there's a lot of people that are interested in things that are paranormal, in ghost and ghost hunting and exorcisms and all of that. I'm sure that's got her attention. That some of those channels and some of those videos, just one of the videos from a paranormal get more views for one video than she gets an entire year on her channel. So suddenly she has an interest in the paranormal. Not because she truly has an interest in it, but because she's trying to pull in a different crowd on her channel. And here's the problem with that, Shantal. And this goes for anybody in life, doing anything in life. If you don't have a passion for it, people will know. They'll pick up on it. They will pick up on the fact that you're doing something strictly for money or attention versus it's what you're called to do. You're trying to dabble in the paranormal community right now, but you really don't have an interest in the paranormal. You're just doing this to get attention for yourself. It's so obvious. You are such a bad actress, Shantal.
Supposedly haunted. I don't know what the right word is, but anyway, I'm gonna buckle up and head on there now, and I'll see you guys soon. All right. So now to get to the other place, I'm going to take the Long Sault Parkway, which is another one of my favorite places to drive down. Now, this is a place that has turnoffs, which are actual camping grounds. So they have the different campgrounds here, like the Mille Roches campground and a few others. And it's just a very scenic route to take. So I really love it. And it's on the way to where we have to go anyway. So I thought I would show you guys this nice little area. So here's McLaren Campground on the right. I did used to come camping here as a kid quite a bit, just like in a tent kind of thing, you know. But I loved it, except for the spiders in the tent in the morning. But there's just something so, like, I don't know, exciting about sleeping outside and not in your bed. And I don't know, it's cool. So they just opened the parkway. I don't know exactly when. It must have been in the last couple of days because I've been checking. So yeah, I do videos quite a bit at these locations when I'm in Canada. But for any newcomers, I guess it will be new material. It's nice to revisit the places sometimes too.
You know what? As boring as Chantal's content is right now, what's even sadder is to think about like how much worse it's going to get if she goes back to Kuwait. Like it's bad now, but it's going to get far worse. She's going to go back to Kuwait. It's going to get really, really hot. She won't be able to go outside. She won't want to go outside. Even at night when the sun goes down. When the sun goes down, it doesn't mean that it automatically cools off immediately. It takes a while, and sometimes not even that works. Like if it's 134 degrees outside, and then the sun goes down around 6 or 7, it might take until like 2 o'clock in the morning for the temperature to go down to, say, 80 degrees. It's still too hot for her. So I'm telling you, Chantal, if you go back to Kuwait, like not only is your health going to be on a further decline, but so is your channel. People are just about done with you. You've been on YouTube for 8+ years and you've done every shocking, offensive thing you can. You've shown us parts of your body we did not ask to see. You've run out of places to go. Content-wise, idea-wise. You don't know what to do with yourself. Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end. You've always called your content and your channel your story. Well, it might be time for that story to end. It just might be time. Like there's no more ink left to write any more pages. There's no more subject matter. Maybe it might be time to close the book and move on.
Here we have Woodlands Beach on the right. It's closed, looks like. Along either side here.
Driving footage. This is so lazy, Chantal. Lazy.
Do you find it inspiring?
Blah, blah, blah.
Venture out here.
This is so lazy. A 17-minute video, if we cut out all the driving stuff, it wouldn't be that long at all. You're so lazy and cheap. Cheap, Chantal.
All right, guys. So I'm here at the Lost Villages, which is another historic site here. Not too far away. It's in like Lakeview Heights area along County Road 2, Highway 2. And it's a bunch of buildings that were brought here as a preservation method after they built the St. Lawrence Seaway. They built the seaway so that a waterway so that large ships could pass through. And Basically, what happened though is that thousands of homes and like dozens of villages were destroyed in the process. So they took some buildings that they could salvage and they brought them here so that they wouldn't be destroyed and so that there's always a memory of these lost villages. So, yeah.
Chantal, I don't know what's going on with your breathing, but it sounds like you cannot put complete sentences together. It sounds like every word, it just takes a great amount of effort to put out there and be vocal about. Like you're separating your words. Is it because you're having just that much trouble with your breathing?
So let's see what we have here. This is Molinet Station. I don't think any of these buildings are actually open right now.
Yeah, you're always, you know what? This is not a coincidence. I don't think you drive around and whatever happens, happens. I think you purposely seek out places that are deserted. Or if they're not deserted, you make sure to visit there when they're closed. You never go somewhere and film when there are people. Now, I could understand more of that back in Kuwait because of the laws they have there, but you're in Canada. If you're outside, you can film more, but I don't think you want people to see you. You're still hiding.
Because it's after hours. But this is a Canadian National Railroad station, was once located at Molinet, Ontario, about a half-mile southwest of this location. Okay. All right. There's some story behind everything, I guess, here. Yeah. And over here we have a historic grocery store. Little shops and barns. It's just a really cool area, and it's especially cool to come at night.
Yeah, so why don't you?
Because apparently some say that it's haunted because people who were affected by the flooding of the towns are basically underwater. So the vengeful spirits, upset that they lost their homes, like it was really traumatic for thousands of people. So maybe the person who lived in this home back there.
This was so badly done. I mean, the video is her visiting her favorite places, but the places that she's visiting, they're historic and there's a backstory on each one of them. And she could have added those backstories to each of the segments, just gone on Twitter. I'm sorry, excuse me, gone on Google search, done some homework, and wrote some notes down and made little individual video clips for each section to add to the footage of her being out at these places. And it would have been much classier. This was so poorly done, Chantal. This was lazy. Like, she wants to get involved in the paranormal community. She wants to dip her toes in the water. But Chantal, if you watch any paranormal channel, then you would have noticed by now that before people go out to these different locations, like they will do a lot of backstory before they do the investigation. They'll show the place, they'll explain the backstory and the people that were once there and the events that happened. And that way, you know, the backstory before the investigation even gets started.
Might be rolling around looking to annoy people for his inconvenience in life. Who knows? I'm not going to be here at night to find out, though, because I'm by myself. But yeah, I basically love coming here time to time because
If you like coming there from time to time, then why have we never seen it? Does anybody believe that Chantal, like, that is her favorite place? That she likes going out in the middle of nowhere for no random reason? Because I don't.
you know,
I mean, I've been watching her for years. Absolutely for years. Her favorite places, as far as I'm concerned, are Burger King, McDonald's, and Starbucks. Oh, and the green shop. Those are her favorite places. Those are the places she likes to haunt. Not out of the way places and out of the way towns. And she spends maybe 5 minutes there.
I do like interesting history about where I'm from. I appreciate it more now as an adult than I did in school.
That's because you're broke.
But I love learning about these things. Makes, things more interesting to know that there's history behind everything, right? So it's good to learn, for sure. And yeah, I do like a good spooky story. So there's that element as well, that there's a possibility that it's haunted. And if I see a face in that grocery store window,
Oh, shut up. If a ghost saw you in a grocery store, it'll probably run out screaming. You're more of a ghoul than it is. You look like a sleep paralysis demon.
I'm out here.
You're like the anti-Kool-Aid man.
There's something just seriously so foreboding about this house. I don't know what it is, but like, I don't want to go up there.
So there's something so foreboding about this house. Yeah, it probably smells like ivory soap and bleach. It smells too clean, and the smell of cleanliness is repelling you.
It's like, I don't want to go in there.
Yeah, I don't want to go in there. It's too clean. I don't know what to do.
The energy just freaks me out from it, honestly. Okay. There's like broomsticks in the window.
And so what? Big deal.
Is this where the town witches came together?
Are you really going to talk about witches right now, Shantal?
With their broomsticks. There's a beaver carving on the top of the grocery sign. And this here is a barber shop on the left. It'd be cool to go inside. I'd have to come when it's open, I guess.
Yeah, see, that's another thing. You drive out of your way to go to these places. Clearly, it's set up for people to do like a bit of tourism. They have a grocery store, they have a barber shop, but you're always going to places when they're closed. That means you will not have access to all of the areas of that historic site. So what is the point in going? You're not going to see as much. You're not going to experience as much or show people as much. You're not going to get the full experience. Had you gone when this place was open, you would have access to a lot of the areas.
I don't really know how it works, even though I've been here tons of times.
You just contradicted yourself. Did y'all hear that? Did you catch that? She just said, I don't know how this works, even though I've been here dozens of times, lots of times. Does that even make sense? To go somewhere dozens of times, lots of times, and you're swearing, I don't know how this works? How is that even possible? It's not. She's a liar. She's never been here before. We've never seen this location before, ever. You know what, though? I'm not going to lie. I have a slight interest in the paranormal as well. And looking at these buildings, I'm getting a lot of, man, they got some energy to them. Like, I would love to just walk around the grounds and walk around these buildings and just feel the energy, because the energy does feel ominous, very old energy. It does have a very ominous feel. But I would just to clarify, I would like to walk closer to those buildings and just walk around them. I don't have to necessarily go inside the buildings, just walk around them to see what I'm picking up.
There's a little church, historic church, pretty typical.
Like, this place is massive. She could have gotten out of the car and walked around these buildings and showed us the buildings up close rather than drive past them.
A little graveyard with like 4 people buried. Maybe old residents. Looks like a shop.
I mean, this strikes me as the kind of location that when it's open, you could literally spend all day looking at things, walking around things, exploring things. You could literally spend all day as a YouTuber, or not even as a YouTuber, just absorbing the energy and just checking it out. It seems like it's a big place and there's lots to do.
And this reading room, what is that? I don't know what that is.
I'm looking at this house. I don't know what happened to it, but my spirits are telling me that a fire happened there at some point.
Huh. And I think someone actually lives in this house. Would be oh no, it's a historic site as well. There's a plaque on the building. Huh. Next time I come, I'll make sure we can go inside. Anyways, guys,
You'll never go back there. You're just basically trying to burn through time and still make content before you get back on the plane to go to Kuwait. You're just basically twiddling your thumbs, trying to figure out what can I do content-wise that I will not get in trouble with YouTube again. So you're taking us to different places, and you really don't have a passion for being there. You're just basically making content to make content to put on YouTube for the Google AdSense. That's all.
that's it for this video. I hope you really enjoyed this vlog. I really am making them.
Now, I you know what, Chantal, I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed this vlog, but for different reasons than what you think. I enjoyed you helping me prove my point, and a point that other people have had as well. That if you take away the food, if you take away the drama and the raging, there is nothing of interest left in you. There's no creativity. There's no artistry. You are a boring, bland potato. You are uncooked oatmeal. You are beige. You are unsalted butter. You have no flavor. None. Like, this is what your content is when you take away the few things that made it interesting. And that's precisely why a lot of people are turning away from you. Because the few things in the stew that made it tasty, you're removing all of them. And you're just leaving some water in a pot with raw potatoes. And that doesn't taste very good at all.
It's peaceful for me, therapeutic, and I love sharing these things with those of you who appreciate it. So yeah, if
you love the fact that you can make boring, bland, dull content and put it on YouTube, and whether it's quality or not, you're still going to get paid. You love that.
Not your cup of tea, I understand. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
If it's not your cup of tea, I understand, but at the same time, I'm not going to improve myself and my content to where you guys will like it more. That's what she just said. So that's it for the blog. Is there anything else here? Let's go with the comments. LaRussa says, Chantal, why are you going back to Kuwait so soon? Aren't you there in Canada to take care of your health? No. It was a visa run. She wanted to come back to Canada, go wild with the fast food. She did. See Natter. She did. Spend time around Natter and party. She did. Hoover up all of the birthday gifts and gift cards. She did that too. It wasn't about her health at all. It was about, I miss Canada and all the things I could do in Canada. So I had to come back and do them for a minute. And now I'm going to go back to Kuwait and bother Salah. Let's see. So that's it for this react, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye now.